Ariel Helwani in New York City alongside the reigning, defending Bellator lightweight champion Michael Chandler, who will be defending his title on Saturday night at Bellator NYC, of course, against Brett Primus. And Michael, we just wrapped up the press conference. You're not that kind of guy, but I'm just curious, what do you think when you see Vanderlei pushing Chael and the theatrics? Do you like that sort of thing? As someone who's on the pay-per-view, are you happy to see that kind of buzz?
You're happy to see that kind of buzz because it's a pay-per-view. You want people to tune in. You want to see eyeballs. I've never had that kind of. Even when I have had animosity towards somebody, I'm not gonna touch them. I'm not gonna touch them until I get inside the cage. Once that cage door closes, I will violently, not be afraid and not hold back. So. But yeah, I mean, it's Chael and Vanderlei, man. You got to expect that. They literally hate each other. It's a rivalry, a decade in the making or whatever. So it's it's part of it.
Is this somewhat surreal for you to be here just days away from fighting at MSG for the company that kind of, they helped put you on the map? I know you started, you had the Strikeforce prelims and all that stuff, and it's kind of cool that you're back with Scott. But you were the face of Bellator for a long time, the Bjorn era and all that stuff, and you talked about Deportes. Did you ever envision this soon that this would actually be in the cards for you?
I don't know. I didn't know about this soon. I mean, what Bellator has done since ESPN Deportes to Spike to Bellator NYC at Madison Square Garden live on pay-per-view is nothing short of amazing. That's a very short company. This company started in 2008.
Yeah.
So this company isn't even 10 years old yet. So to see where they've come from, how much they have built, especially with the acquisition from Viacom, Spike TV, and that kind of stuff, you really saw things turn a corner there. And then when Scott Coker came on board, you saw things turn even more of a corner. So it's been cool to go through this maturation process. They've helped me. I've undoubtedly helped them. I have stepped into that cage injured. I've stepped into that cage and put on a fight and a performance and a fight of the night performance every single time I've stepped into the cage. There's no doubt that I'm the most exciting guy in this organization. So it's been a good relationship. And Scott Coker knows that he needs to keep signing those top lightweights because that's what I want. Or we're to see what the future holds.
How many fights do you have left?
A couple.
Just two?
A few.
Okay.
Got a few.
Well, couple means two, literally.
Couple, sometimes people say couple.
Well, it's
literally.
just interesting to hear you say that because, are you not feeling challenged?
Oh no. I mean, it's not really about challenge. I mean, you step into the cage, you bite down on your mouthpiece, and you fight another man who's been trained for the last couple months to beat you up. So no, but I mean, we are seeing a landscape. I mean, 3 years ago, we weren't talking about free agency. 2 years ago, we were barely talking about free agencies. But now that free agency is a thing, and it has become the norm in mixed martial arts, and guys aren't just re-signing deals with the UFC. They aren't just re-signing deals with Bellator. They aren't just re-signing deals with World Series of Fighting. We hold the cards. The fighters hold the cards. And in 2017, it's cool to be a part of this landscape, and it's cool to watch the landscape materialize out in front of you to be able to make the best decision for yourself, your wife, your kids.
Yeah.
So, it's been a cool situation. I mean, it's. I don't mean to say that as in I'm not happy or I'm looking elsewhere. I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on Bree Chandler and our future kids. That's what I'm focused on.
Speaking of which, I know Bellator spoke to Justin Gaethje before he eventually signed with the UFC. Were you ultimately disappointed? 'Cause, I mean, just looking at that fight on paper, that would have been tremendous. World Series of Fighting champion against you, the styles, all that. Were you disappointed he didn't sign?
Extremely disappointed, man. I was talking to my guys at MMA Junkie. I don't know if MMA Fighting had him ranked up there in the top 10, but I mean, I just don't know how you rank the guy. I mean, he's 17-0 or whatever he is. I mean, that's a heck of a record, and he's got a lot of finishes, and it's very exciting. So I get it, but man, he's fought nobody.
They had him above you?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they had him in like 7th. And it was like, how the heck do you have that guy ranked? He's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, BS, But, I mean, whatever. I'm not hating on the guy. He's a tough talent. We're going to see how good he does. I mean, he's fighting my teammate in Michael Johnson. Mm-hmm. Michael Johnson I've been training with Michael Johnson every single day for the last, a month and a half now, So he's been getting after it, and he's prepared. So I wanted that fight. But either way, man, like I said, we're in the free agent era of mixed martial arts, and it's going to continue to move forward. You and I have talked about free agency and pay structure and all that kind of stuff a lot as this sport continues to mature and continues to grow. So it's an exciting time to be a fighter, no matter what organization you're with. Whether you're happy, not happy, you're going to get the opportunity to figure out what's the best situation for yourself.
Right now, as we stand here today, you are the most active lightweight champion in MMA, right? Conor McGregor is boxing. Gaethje just relinquished the belt. there's no one of your caliber who's defending his title and fighting as often. How do you feel? Like, is that a little feather in your cap? Is that a point of pride? How do you sort of verbalize that, or does that mean? Did you even know that? Did you even think of that?
No, I didn't. I got asked that today, and then now we're talking about it again. I really didn't think about it. I mean, to me, I want to be even more active. I want to fight as much as I can. I'm in my prime, but really at the end of the day, when I think about it, not from the media's perspective, not from the fight promotion's perspective, I think about it from a fighter's perspective, and I say, Conor and Gaethje, if we're talking about the champions of the other organizations, they're in just as good of a situation, if not better than I am. Conor pursued a boxing fight that's going to get him paid very, very well, and it's going to put himself on a bigger platform, and it's going to put mixed martial arts on a bigger platform. Gaethje signed a new deal with a new promotion that was obviously better than his previous promotion, so good for them, man. I want to see guys succeed. I want to see millionaires. I want to see multi-millionaires in this sport. That's what we deserve. Our brains get demolished, every single day in the gym, and we are making these sacrifices, and we don't know what the future holds, man. My number one goal in my life is not to be the greatest fighter of all time and make all this, make all these great things under these lights and on these big stages and stuff. It's to be able to be the greatest husband I possibly can, the greatest father that I possibly can for my future kids, to be able to be in the front yard and play soccer with my kids. I mean, that's where the real riches are. So when you're putting yourself through this kind of brutality in a sport where people love to see wars and people love to see fights, man, we deserve to be in the best situations possible. So I love to see that kind of stuff. Gaethje obviously signed a great deal with the UFC. Conor is going to get paid very, very well to fight Floyd Mayweather. Is it a legitimate fight in my eyes? Not really, but it's a spectacle. It's gonna be cool, and I'll probably buy the pay-per-view.
Speaking of which, he won the lightweight belt at MSG. And so now here you come, just the second fight ever at MSG. Is there any part of you that says, okay, let me try to, you can't top the stage. I mean, he was main event, it was for 2 belts, let's be honest. But this is your fight, this is your title fight, it's your belt. Any part of you that says, I want to top at least that performance?
And yeah, I mean, you're always looking at the number one lightweight in the world. Whoever that is, I've always looked at him like I want to top that guy.
You consider him the number one, or are you the number one?
I think I would beat him. I think I would undoubtedly beat him. I think the skill set that I bring, the tenacity that I bring. I mean, you look at the Nate Diaz fight, Conor broke. And he's broken. He's given up in 3 fights now. All 3 of his losses he's given up, whether it be tapping out and giving up, or just literally giving up and tapping out, like in the Diaz fight. He gave up and tapped out. I mean, that's what I do to people. That's what I've done time and time again. They give up. So, yes, I think I'm the number one lightweight in the world. I think Conor is a very impressive talent. Conor is better than we thought he was. All the hype, all the train, all everything, that guy has proven who he is in this sport. I give him a ton of credit, but I do think that I would beat him. I think I would beat him handily, and he brings a very unique skill set to the cage, and we'll see if he comes back. I hope he does, because I'd love to fight him in the future.
Last quick thing, what's going on with the training now? Because you mentioned Michael Johnson, but I know you're moving to Nashville, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Just going to travel again, or are you going to try to make a team at home? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to, I'm moving to Nashville next month, August 2007.
I saw you tweeting about the Predators, so you already jumped on that bandwagon.
I jumped on the Predators bandwagon. I mean, my parents chose Missouri for me, and I grew up in Missouri. Now this is kind of like my wife and I, we're planting our roots and planting our roots in a city that we're getting to choose. So, I'll always be a Missouri boy at heart, but Nashville is where we're making our home, and it's so we'll get the gym going, and yeah, I want to have my own pro fight team. But I have my coaches, and whether they are in Tennessee or whether they travel to Tennessee or I travel to Florida or Bangkok, wherever I have to go, what I've realized is this sport, you have to do what's best for yourself. It's such a individual sport. You need a team, but you need coaches. It's a weird, awesome, hard, harsh dynamic, and what I've realized over the last decade in this sport is I want to be able to control my own destiny. I'm tired of going to gyms and then watching gyms crumble and then me having to go to a different situation. So I want to get my own training situation going on. I will, it's a lot closer to Florida where my coaches are right now, rather than being in San Diego, living in San Diego, paying San Diego taxes for no reason really, besides the sunshine. But it's exciting, man. I'm excited to get to Nashville and plant my roots and build a family.
Well, I'm excited for this fight. Best of luck to you on Saturday. Can't wait for it. And good luck. And then maybe we'll talk after. I'll just leave it at that. We'll talk after the fight.
We got some stuff. We got some stuff.
Okay.
We got some stuff to talk about. So let's do it. We got a big bright future.
Thank you very much, Michael. Good luck on Saturday.
Yes, sir.